Okay, let's talk about Marvel's Spider-Man 2. If you've been subscribed to me for a while now, you already know that I love the Marvel Spider-Man franchise. It's what I cover the most on my channel. I love Insomniac games, so this isn't a dish on the game or Insomniac at all. I love Marvel Spider-Man 2, but I would like to talk about the state of the game and the lack of any updates or DLC or just any communication on if we could expect anything from the game in the future. We have gotten our updates in regards to New Game Plus and Mission Replay, and there have been a couple of new suits added to the game, but we're going on nearly a year since the release of Marvel Spider-Man 2, and fans are wondering, and rightfully so, is there going to be any DLC for the game? I myself am often thinking about DLC for Marvel Spider-Man 2. It's worth noting that Insomniac has certainly been slowed down on any development for any projects that they're really working on because of that attack that they had back in December of last year. That obviously slowed down their progress on New Game Plus. They wanted to get that out before the end of the year, and that got delayed by like 3 months or so. But it definitely seemed like there was some DLC teases or storylines that were set up within the base game of Marvel Spider-Man 2, which is why we're wondering when that DLC is planning to come out for the game. I have to say this, PlayStation has been in a little bit of a slump. Yes, Astro Bot did come out about 2 weeks ago, and it's phenomenal. I love that game. But right now, there hasn't been a ton of good publicity for PlayStation with Concord going down, and then there was the release of the PS5 Pro, or the announcement of the console, and that was met with some pushback by most fans out there. The console seems to be a little bit pricey. It doesn't come with a disc drive. There's no stand, which I think was just really silly. You can't position the console vertically. All of these things has kind of led to some bad publicity for PlayStation as of late. What PlayStation really needs now more than ever is some sort of announcement for a showcase or a state of play. If you are looking forward to a state of play, then I have good news for you, because Jeff Grubb, who is an industry insider and has been pretty accurate when announcing that there's going to be a PlayStation state of play or a showcase coming, has stated that September 24th is locked in, that there is going to be a PlayStation state of play. Obviously, all of us fans would much rather have a showcase because those tend to be larger in nature and show some pretty awesome reveals for a showcase, but we're going to take what we can get on this state of play. Most people are probably wondering, and myself included, is there going to be an announcement for Marvel Spider-Man 2 DLC? Is there going to be any DLC at all is the question. Insomniac Games has never confirmed that there's going to be any DLC for Marvel Spider-Man 2, but more importantly, they've never denied it either. Their comment section is endlessly flooded with DLC talks and questions about when there's going to be DLC for Marvel Spider-Man 2, and the response always seems to be, there's nothing new to announce at this time. If you're hoping for your DLC, I would say that as a positive comment. I genuinely believe that if there were no plans for Marvel Spider-Man 2 DLC, then they would just outright say they have no plans for DLC right now. That would end all of the debate, all of the discussion, the millions of questions where people are asking about DLC in their comment section. That would put all of that to rest. Now, it would upset some fans, definitely, but it's better to be transparent about your plans for the game rather than just let fans theorize endlessly. And I have to say, as a fan of the Marvel Spider-Man 2 game, I myself am pretty disappointed that there hasn't been any DLC, or just there hasn't really been a ton of updates. There's definitely been some hot fixes here and there to fix some glitches and bugs, but overall, I would love some better communication from PlayStation regarding anything for Marvel Spider-Man 2. And this is just a minor gripe that I have with PlayStation in general. I don't think that everything needs to be a massive reveal. Like, I think you can go ahead and just announce news without it having to be at this grand PlayStation showcase or a state of play. Like, you can communicate news to fans without it having to be this huge reveal that we all need to lose our minds over on the internet. That's just my opinion, and I would love for them to just outright say, yeah, we're going to work on DLC and we'll announce it when it's ready to be announced. So I get and empathize with fans out there about the lack of DLC or just any sort of communication regarding any future updates for the game. I definitely get that, but knowing PlayStation, if they're going to announce DLC, it's going to be at one of these state of plays, which, heck, I mean, once it actually gets announced, we're all going to be happy and all is going to be forgiven. I do often wonder, though, if there could be something bigger at play for Insomniac Games. There is still the idea of a Venom game that we could throw out there. I'm not sure if Insomniac is 100% committed on a Venom game, but who knows? That would be a pretty nice surprise to see at a State of Play. PlayStation just needs some wins at this point. They need some games that we can get excited for. It's tough to get people to pay for a $700 console when they don't know what games they're going to be playing, or if they're just going to be playing upscaled versions of games that they've already played for the last few years. It's up to PlayStation to really win fans over with the games right now. People are less impressed by hardware, and we just want good games. Like Astrobot wasn't the most cinematic experience by any means, but people loved that game. We want more games to play on our PlayStation, whether they be these epic open world cinematic adventures or Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart or Astrobot. PlayStation needs to deliver some wins for us, and I genuinely believe that a Marvel Spider-Man 2 DLC would be a step in the right direction for PlayStation at this point in time. So that's it for the video. I hope I gave you guys a little bit of hope that maybe there could be something coming September 24th. If there's not, we'll move on, and I guess we'll just hope for the next event to showcase something. If you did enjoy the video, please hit that thumbs up, and if you want to discuss with me, go ahead and post a comment in the comment section down below. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one.